In 1972, charge nurse Patricia Colm logged the 10 p.m. census for Ward 7 at Glenwood Regional Medical Center in Laconia, New Hampshire. 23 patients, 11 overnight staff, every bed filled. And then, by 6 a.m. the following morning, the entire wing had no record of ever existing. With 3 months of patient charts, payroll logs, and a sealed physical corridor, searched and found nothing. Ward 7 was a general recovery ward on the east side of Glenwood's main building. It had been operational since 1964. Patricia Colm had worked it for 6 years. She knew every intake form, every medication cart, every patient by name. On the night of November 14, 1972, she logged her shift the way she had logged hundreds before it. She noted the patients recovering from surgery, from illness, from injury. She signed off at 5:45 a.m. and walked to the break room. 15 minutes later, the incoming charge nurse, Ellen Marsh, could not find Ward 7. The east corridor ended at a painted cinder block wall. The wall looked old. It looked like it had always been there. Ellen Marsh assumed she had turned down the wrong hallway. She backtracked. She tried 2 other routes. She found the same wall each time. She called the nursing supervisor at 6:03 a.m. The supervisor arrived at 6:11. Together, they walked the east wing. The corridor from the stairwell to where Ward 7 should have been measured 64 feet. At the end of those 64 feet stood a cinder block wall painted the same institutional beige as every other wall in the building. No door, no frame where a door had been, no scuff marks, no hinged shadows. Ellen Marsh knocked on it. Solid. She went to the administrative office on the ground floor and asked for the ward roster. The duty clerk checked. There was no Ward 7 in the system. She checked the census logs Patricia Colm had submitted 7 hours earlier. They were not in the file. They were not in the building. Hospital administration launched an internal review by mid-morning. They pulled the master blueprints. The blueprints, dated 1961, signed off by the county engineer, showed the east wing ending exactly where the wall now stood. No annex. No Ward 7. No corridor beyond it. They contacted the construction firm that had built the 1964 addition. The firm had closed in 1969. Its records had been transferred to a storage company in Manchester. Investigators drove to Manchester. The storage company found the file. The 1964 edition covered plumbing upgrades and a new boiler room, nothing else. They pulled Patricia Colm's employment file. She was listed as working nights. Her time card for November 14th was stamped. But her ward assignment read simply, general rotation. The 11 staff members she had logged were each accounted for, each at work that night, each assigned, according to records, to other wards entirely. The most immediate explanation was administrative error compounded over years. Records misfile. Wards get renumbered. A temporary overflow space set up during a patient surge, never officially added to the building registry, allowed to lapse without proper documentation when the surge ended. It happens in large institutions. Paperwork fails. That theory held for about a week. Glenwood's administrator requested the utility records for the east wing, electricity, water, heat, going back to 1964. If Ward 7 had been running for 8 years, the energy draw would show it. The utility company pulled the originals. The east wing beyond the 1961 boundary showed consistent draw through the summer of 1972. Then, in September, 3 months before Ellen Marsh hit the wall, the draw flatlined to 0. Remember the utility draw that stopped in September. The obvious conclusion is that someone shut the ward down quietly, informally, without notifying records, and by November the wall had gone up to close the space off. A decommission that never got filed. Bureaucratic negligence, not mystery, except the construction crew was never found. A cinder block wall 60 feet wide takes days to lay. It requires permits, material orders, workers. Hospital staff on adjacent wards work around the clock. Nobody reported construction noise. Nobody reported workers in the corridor. Nobody signed a permit. Laconia's town hall had no record of a renovation application. The county engineer reviewed the wall in December 1972. His written assessment noted that the mortar appeared to have cured for at least 5 years. The wall, by every physical measure, had been there since the late 1960s. The blueprints agreed. The utility draw did not. And 23 patients had no discharge papers, no transfer records, and no record of ever being admitted. Patricia Colm was interviewed twice. She described the ward in precise detail: the layout of the beds, the color of the curtains, the broken wheel on the medication cart in room 7C. She named the patients. Investigators cross-referenced those names against every hospital admission record in New Hampshire for 1972. 2 of the names appeared admitted to Glenwood in January 1972, listed as discharged in February. Neither had a next of kin contact. Both listed their home address as the same house on the same street in Laconia. That house, according to city records, was demolished in 1961. Glenwood Regional Medical Center closed in 1989. The building was converted to condominiums. During renovation, workers opened the east wing. Behind the cinder block wall, they found a corridor. Empty, clean, no evidence of habitation. The corridor ended at a second wall. If Ward 7 never existed, what was Patricia Colm doing for 6 years? And where did she think she was going?